Welcome to Silo Cinema, Real Time's online experimental short film screening. Silo Cinema offers the opportunity for anyone to share their work. For many of the groups that Real Time works with, it provides a unique opportunity for them to get their work seen.
So Open Mind originally began as a film group centered around mental health. And we thought about taking a look at mental health issues that feature in professional films. This short film that you're about to see is based around a very, very short essay about the depiction of mental health issues in films with some random images and clips thrown into the mix. Enjoy. I'm going to go through a few of the elements in films that depict various issues of mental health. Start off with pressure. Specialists and sufferers are fully aware of the detrimental consequences on mental health of experiencing an excessive amount of pressure and an inability to deal with it constructively. In Darren Aronofsky's Black Swan, we see Natalie Portman's character Nina, promising ballet dancer, being exposed to a large amount of pressure from both her overbearing and conservative mother and her uncompromising and strict ballet tutor, played by Vincent Cassel. The pressure from her demanding mother leads Nina to a form of self-mutilation, sexual rebellion, and use of narcotics. The pressure Nina feels from her seamy tutor, whilst inciting her into a psychosis of morbid hallucinations, also enables her artistic vigor and induces a sense of perfection to fulfill the role of the Black Swan in the film's finale. Here we see the alchemic principle manifested that is highly prevalent with sufferers, whereby their experiences of the sickness can open doors to positive and productive states of consciousness and being. The next film I want to talk about is The Machinist, where the main character, Trevor Resnick, played by Christian Bale, is an emaciated insomniac. His deeper troubles with mental illness are soon conveyed later in the film with sinister and ominous hallucinations that are associated with the guilt of a heinous crime. What is interesting in this piece is that here is someone who does not consciously identify with the emotion of guilt. However, subconsciously, this lethal emotion is manifesting itself involuntarily, causing the conscious personalities to fall into turmoil and psychotic grief. In the film The Ruling Class, we see the romantically life-affirming and surreal aspects that can sideline and accompany the more destructive nature of mental illness. Here we have a celebration of the bizarre, a celebration of oddness, and a celebration of nonconformity that for some peculiar reason sparks not only the immense joy and enthusiasm of the characters in the film, but also the audiences too. As a person who has been enduring a lack of mental health since the teenage years, I can easily identify and relate to the cinematic experiences mentioned above, and can readily testify that unstable mental health is not without its rewards.
My name's Alistair. This film is called Taking a Wrong Turn, and it's about someone who's in a rut and gets lost during lockdown. Thank you.
Wings to take off there, and it's a similar kind of distance. Jack looks like she may be watching alongside Tony Minicello here. What do you make of that, Tony? And that's the first round jump, really solid.
Spuds. I think that's a bit of a problem. There's a potato on the pendulum. Well, let's have a little look.
The girls have stopped.
For me, it reminds me of sitting at home with my cup of tea and my United biscuit after school at 10.
All right, people, drinks on me. Drinks are on me. Good day. Remember tomorrow's world.
Casino.
Portillo's Empire Journey continues Friday at 9 on Channel 5. Stream now on My5.
Remaining. I'm never going to get this finished.
The thing that keeps me sane in the playground is the car.
Four months. It's been 4 long months. I've been stuck in this house. Things have got to change. Things are changing. On the news, I was watching a programme about how in a certain area of the country, levels of cats, huge numbers of cats are being taken away. But people are in lockdown, and people have needs, people have wants, people have desires, and people want to carry out this thing in lockdown or not. And so they have been stealing cats. And in the background of the report, I saw the sun going down. Beautiful crown on the horizon, and that crown came through to me and said, a change is happening. You have to make a change. Betty and Dan, kids, I can't believe after all this time I have not spoken to them at all. My kids. Time to go.
I've smashed up my knee. I've been on crutches. Why did I fall over? I was out walking and I caught sight of something out of the corner of my eye, and I twisted suddenly to get a better look, and I slipped on some wet gravel. And what did I see? Was it a UFO? A dangerous dog? A minor celebrity? A dangerous celebrity sexually abusing a minor? No, it was a rainbow. They keep changing the lockdown rules. I book a bikini wax and now I've had to reduce the guests from 30 to only 6. This is Arborfield, a village in Berkshire where the local council are putting in traffic calming measures to try to make it more like a village. If they really wanted it to be more like a traditional village, they should try to encourage traditional incest, thereby resulting in more horribly deformed children being born in silhouette only and exhibiting gender stereotyping. I'm sure we can all agree that Boris Johnson has done a fabulous job in keeping the number of COVID-related deaths down to half a dozen people in the UK, which is why I'm so delighted to be able to share with you for the first time a prototype designed by Dominic Cummings and Priti Patel, the Home Secretary, to revive migrants who have almost drowned in the English Channel. As you can see, what they really, really want when they've nearly drowned in the Channel is tobacco smoke blown up their arse. In the US, the Twin Towers came down on 9/11. In the US, the emergency phone number is 911. Coincidence? Yes, of course, it's a complete coincidence. Most things are.
The next film is made by someone that Real Time's worked with for over 30 years. She originally started video making as part of a project in a day centre. And this film, made as part of Real Time's Story Buddy project, looks at how video has become an important part of her life.
The first one I'm looking at is the equipment, which shows you the cameras, the microphones, the thing that you could probably put the camera into. Our Time is a video group for people with disabilities, with the idea that people with disabilities can teach other people with disabilities. There is my site for a start. I'm lucky if I see halfway across this lawn. We first got together when we did a series of workshops, and we found that there were 6 of us that were quite keen to take it further. The workshops would be getting people used to camera, to the equipment, the idea of planning out meetings to see what it is they want to say or tell the story they want to tell, the art of storyboarding in order that you can film the shots within a time frame, which is a good teaching aid. I thought it was going to be something I would enjoy, a challenge. I wouldn't be alone, I'd have other people doing it with me, but I also saw the potential for teaching other people with disabilities to enable them in their own lives to get as much out of life as possible. Even with a disability, you can still achieve something in your own life that is meaningful for yourself and for others, because they can then see, well, yes, I can do something like that. I've got goals I can aim for or things I can achieve if I plan it out properly and tell the story through it. With the video diary, it's looking at the whole person and what they do, and it can be something that you can watch, that you can show other people that this is what you do, this is how you do something. If they've got something they want to tell you, and they can't tell you in one way, but they might be able to do it in a picture format, if you sit down with them like a meeting and you can say to them, well, draw it. Some of it could be with lack of language or speech. So if you can't write it, draw the image you're after, and we can build the video diary in that format, so it's pictorial. You can develop skills you didn't know you'd got. And some of the skills you were learning you could actually use through the rest of your life skills, because quite a few things I've done through the video group do actually work with me now if I'm out and about, and I'm not too concerned as I would have been if I hadn't. If I hadn't done the video stuff, I don't think I would have been the person to have thought I could have assisted people with disabilities. If you don't try something, you won't know whether you're any good at it or not. If it's something you find that you enjoy, follow it up. See how far you can go with it. Well, it shows them that they are able to take part in what would be seen as normal life.
Hi, my name's Molly and I have depression and anxiety. For me, my mental health seems to be at its worst when I feel out of control, there isn't a lot to do and the future is uncertain. So when the UK government announced that there was about to be a nationwide lockdown, I was ready for the worst time of my life. But here I am coming up to month 5 and I'm actually doing really quite well. I want to share my lockdown story and how I've turned my mental health nightmare into one of my most positive experiences. I started lockdown with plenty of walking. It was really important for me to get out the house every day so I didn't feel as trapped, kept my happy hormones flowing, and I found some really awesome places that I never knew were right on my doorstep. I retaught myself how to knit because this is something I've always wanted to get back into, and I knitted this tiny little blanket that's pretty rubbish, but I love it. I made sure to get in touch with some old friends by sending out these little pop-up cards that I made. It was great to rekindle old friendships and it was a fun little arts and crafts project for me to do. I bought myself some houseplants to look after and a cucumber plant that's actually got a little tiny cucumber on it. I thought I'd get a bit more adventurous in the kitchen and try cooking some healthier meals. It's been great being able to feed my whole family, and who doesn't love delicious tasty food? I've done a bit of research into yoga, what it is, how to do it, and I've been trying to practice this every day just as a little bit of gentle exercise. And I've made time for myself to relax and rewind with maybe Netflix and a film or a nice bath, just a bit of me time. So despite lockdown being my personal mental health nightmare, I've come out of it really happy and healthy. By keeping myself busy, by trying new things and making sure I've got something to do every day, I felt a lot more productive and motivated during this difficult time. It shifted my focus from all the negative thoughts and feelings that come with having depression and anxiety to excitement and positivity. I'm not saying that lockdown's been easy, but I'm proof that we can beat our mental health when facing difficult situations. And that's the end of my lockdown story and how I turned my mental health nightmare into one of my most positive experiences.
The next film has been sent to us by Cotopaxi, an organisation based in Poland that has a very similar approach to working with marginalised and hard-to-reach groups as Real Time.
Więc tak, ja jeżdżę do lekarza, a nie miałem jak, ale trochę musiałem daleko iść. Chodnikiem tak 700 metrów. I w końcu przychodzę na ulicę Rydygiera i tam jest autobus. I pomyślałem, że to ja stworzyłem ten autobus, że to ja jestem inspiracją do tego autobusu. A to nie była fraszka, bo jak szedłem do przychodni, to mnie zaczepiali zawsze różni menele na tej drodze i chcieli papierosów, no napić się chcieli, a ja się z tego nie chciałem wywiązać, mój Boże. Szedłem 4 minuty z domu i zawsze o czasie nadjeżdża 221. To mój autobus. Kiedy zamachać, żeby stanął, bo ja macham temu kierowcy w osobówce, że stanie i tak jakoś machałem tutaj, no stanął i pojechałem następnego dnia, ale ten samochód sobie przeszkadzał, bo jak macham, to ja jemu każę stanąć, a za nim jedzie autobus, no ale jakoś tak próbowałem tę rękę włożyć między tę osobówkę a tego. Staram się wsiąść na pierwszego, tam trochę ludzi mnie mija i nawet jak ludzi nie ma, to zawsze siadam blisko wejścia, bo nim szarpie, czyli tym autobusem szarpie, to jest przeciążenie znane w fizyce te A. M razy A równa siła się, równe sile. No i wtedy ja siadam blisko drzwi i jak jest na żądanie przystanek, to ja wyciągam po prostu rękę i nacisnam guzik i wtedy on staje mi tu.
We hope you've enjoyed Silo Cinema. If you've got a film you'd like to show or an idea for a future theme for Silo Cinema, then please get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you.